presenting his Pathways to Dynamic Leadership Level 1 Project 2 Evaluation and Feedback. And for this speech, the purpose of the project is to apply the feedback he received from his previous speech and have it presented on this one. So we're excited for that. In his bio, he says, our next speaker is originally from Serbia. He is an avid Toastmaster, and he is excited to share with you advice with a twist. Please help me welcome Niko Bugarin with this speech, Advice with a Twist. Advice with a Twist, Niko Bugarin.
I'm very upset with Google. A few months ago, I Googled the word advice. And the result that came back didn't mention anything about different types of advice. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, Google doesn't know there are 3 types of advice. Good advice, bad advice, and advice with a twist. Let's go over some examples. Growing up in Serbia, my mom Rada used to always say, Niko, if you pay more attention in your classes, your grades will go up. Like any other boy, I wasn't always following this advice. But whenever I did, my grades did go up. Mama Rada always had good advice. It was summer of 2007. I was in the States for the first time, working as a busboy in a restaurant named Aqua. After a few months of cleaning tables, a coworker, Marco, who was a waiter there, approached to me and said, Dude, why don't you become a waiter? You're gonna make more money and it's easy. Have any of you been a waiter before? Was it easy?
No.
Marco never mentioned that my patience will be tested by special customers. Mr. Server! Yes, ma'am. My swordfish tastes fishy. What did you expect, ma'am? It's a fish. It has fish in the name too. I quickly learned that Marco gave me a bad advice. A few years later, I became a bartender. I hated that job. Late hours, drunk customers, and the worst part was, I was the one making them drunk. What I really wanted to do was to become a nutritionist, so I can teach people how to eat healthy and lose weight, just like I did 10 years ago when I lost over 65 pounds. One day I was at home watching TV, and Steve Harvey, the talk show guy, said something that resonated with me. Steve said, we all have something that we are passionate about, and that's our gift. If you want to pursue that passion, you will have to leave everything behind and jump. The next day, I quit my job and I jumped. The first few months, I've spent building the website, networking, handing out the business cards. But I couldn't find any clients. Steve did mention that when you jump, things are going to get challenging. But he never mentioned that it's going to get so ugly. I had to hide from bill collectors. had to sell my car so I can pay the rent. And my girlfriend had to buy groceries for me. I kept saying to my girlfriend, that guy Steve Harvey, if I ever see him, I'm gonna tell him that he owes me money for his bad advice. And at that moment, I made a decision that twisted the whole experience around. I decided to become a personal trainer at Equinox. The best decision I ever made. And the reason I call this advice with a twist is my original plan didn't work out, but everything I learned in the process, I used and applied as a trainer and became one of the top trainers in the company. Fellow Toastmasters, guests, a failure is not a failure. It's a stepping stone to the next goal. As long as you remember the lessons that you learned along the way. If there is anything that you have been putting off, I encourage you to make the first step tonight and jump. And if you know anyone at Google, let them know that Niko has an update on the word advice. Mr. Toastmaster.